Intro.
Oh, I don't know why you said no. I was just clarifying that's what we're doing.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to
Pancakes on a Wednesday.
All right, let's get in the in the flow here.
Yeah, it's good to be back, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't take so much time off.
It's not like we take time off.
No, I meant from the show, but
I know, but we don't take time off. We're doing and gone.
all the time.
Always doing, always gone. So passion over paycheck is what we want to talk about.
Today's topic is passions over paycheck, and it's a topic, and it's one that I've learned, but it's one that Samantha's been doing for a long time. And when she used to work at the hair salon at Hard Rock in Las Vegas, she wore this shirt all the time and said passion over paycheck. And people would question her like, are you retarded?
They'd actually ask me what my passion was. And I was like, being a mom, doing things, living life. I wasn't doing hair. That's for sure. Oh, that's for sure. Actually went to Kundalini yoga one day, and some lady stopped me abruptly. And I was like, well, what is your passion over paycheck? And I forgot what shirt I was wearing. I was like, what? Oh, yeah. I was like, not what I was doing at the time, because I was doing hair. And I was doing hair just to provide, because I was a single mom. And I felt blessed because it wasn't a 9-to-5 desk job. And I got to be creative. But, and there's aspects to doing hair that I like, and I loved being at the Hard Rock, but it was not my passion by any means. People that really love doing hair, they love doing hair. And I couldn't wait to go home.
Do they though?
Yes.
I feel like we know a lot of people who just don't.
Oh yeah, there's a ton that just don't. But no, there's so many people. And I always wanted to love doing hair. I was really good at it, and I just never loved it the way they did. And man, it's not a job to them. They can't wait to learn more and do more. And I just couldn't wait to go home and not do hair. And
do anything but.
Yeah. And I didn't like standing up for long hours. And most of my clients were awesome, but man, sometimes you get a shitty one and you have to sit with them for 5 hours while you're revamping their hair and bullshit talk with them while you stand.
They try to ask for a discount for afterwards.
I don't know if they did at the Hard Rock, but that wasn't the bullshit I had to deal with. Anyways, it was not fulfilling, and I just wanted a ranch with horses. I had a vision board. Every single vision board had horses and a ranch. Scarlett and I would go to the town square. It's called Town something.
No,
There's one in California.
There's one. The one in Summerlin is Town Center.
No, the other one.
The one on the strip is Town Square.
Town Square. So I would go there all the time with Scarlett and take her to the little park, the little events that they always had going on. It was so much fun. And there was a little wishing well, where the little bridge is. Yeah. And we would go throw pennies or quarters into the water, and I'd always wish for a ranch and my horses and my sexy hot husband. And thank you. And Scarlett would even wish it for us. She would be like, I want that for you, that part for you. Yeah. But she wanted the horses and the ranch. Oh my God, she was so little too. It was so cute. And we'd wish for the same thing every time. And I was going to work and doing things and living life, and it was not my passion. But I made life great to the degree that I could. But I wanted soul fulfilling. There's a lot of people out there, and, guys and girls, but I've talked to a few of my guy friends that are struggling because they hate what they do. You know how that is as a guy being a provider. It's like you hate what you do, but you got a family to provide for, and men are born to be providers. Like that's in your DNA and structure of a man. And what do you say, the average masculine male, there's so many different versions these days, but
there's a spectrum there.
yeah, I'm talking about the male like yourself, are the friends that I was talking to, and they were miserable and unhappy, but the only thing worse than that would be not providing for their family. So they would rather sacrifice their health, their happiness, their joy, spending time with their families to bring home a paycheck and take care of their families and provide. Yeah. That's more fulfilling than not, but that doesn't mean it's not killing them.
Leaves a emptiness, and then resentment, and then bitterness, and
even if there's not, like I'm thinking of one specific friend. He just loves his wife, and there's zero bitterness. He just wants to be with them all the time. Oh, what?
Do I know who you're talking about?
I don't know. But we'll talk about it later. I'm not going to say it on here. But no, he's like super loves his wife and kids, and he's never home. And when he's gone, like it's like doubly sucky because he doesn't like being gone. If he liked being where he worked, I think he's that kind of guy that would love to be with his family and do family things all the time. But he would be, excuse you, every episode. And it's defeating to the soul to have to go be away from what you love so much, and he can't figure out, how to shift things. And that's the thing. People get so stuck in, well, I just want to hang out with my kids or my wife or whatever. But there's always something that's meant for us to do. And typically if you're put with someone like we are, it's not just some, let's get married and be husband and wife. There's things we can do, and a partnership in life and business and creating things and being parents, and, making money doesn't have to be, let's make money. It's about, let's create a life. Let's be creative together, and things begin to unfold. And that's what so many people are missing, because how society has been built to, the guy's got to go to work and do this, and the woman's got to stay at home and take care of the kids. Well, why can't you kind of do the both?
Both parents have to work.
Yeah, these days for sure both parents have to work, if with that mindset, because of how ridiculous things are. But why can't the dad be more involved with the kids? You got all offended once because one of the Tokerville, our town posts, did a shout out to moms saying, "Hey, moms, if you want to be a part of it," and you're
the
all
school bus thing.
Well, what about dads?
Yeah, so there's some dads that are fucking involved. It's so rude.
So, but I'm sure there's a ton of dads that, I'm sure there's a ton of dads that don't. But I'm not talking to the ones that, I'm talking about the families that are the marriages that are happy, but they don't get enough time together. And there are a lot of them, and there's an increasing amount of relationships that are where people are really learning that you can marry your best friend. And if you're married to your best friend, why do you want to be away from them all the time?
Yeah.
Or whatever your relationship structure looks like. If you're away, it should be because you're doing something fun or you're doing something you enjoy, not because you have to go slave away. And if you don't like what you do, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you feel like you're slaving away and grinding.
Even if you're making great money.
Yeah, holy shit, it doesn't matter.
If you don't like what you do, it's a grind.
And that's the other thing too. If you start doing something together and you're not making much money at first, it's way better doing it together and loving every day. We didn't make a lot at first. We made fucking nothing. Yeah. But we had so much fun.
Made peanuts, but I was training full time.
We weren't actually making peanuts.
No, we weren't making peanuts. But we had a lot of fun.
We did.
We did a lot of things.
We did.
And we kind of put a foundation together to do what we're doing now. And that's start to, Faith Over Fear apparel. start the ranch,
the
the
campground,
campground,
horse.
everything that we talked about doing, and like
There's a lot of
all the ideas and spitballing that we put together. It's all come to fruition because we didn't want to live in a box all day.
no, and we would rather live. We would rather live financially on the low end and be together, adventuring and doing all the good things and creating memories than be out working and never home and never present and have a buttload of money in the bank account. But what we got together and said was, fuck that. Let's be together, do a bunch of cool shit and make a buttload of money and then share the goodness with as many people as possible. It doesn't necessarily mean, the podcast, we're going to, we share because we enjoy doing this together, but it's about living like.
But it's passion, right? It's living.
It is passion. The barrel races that we're doing they're so much fun. And the last barrel race was kind of a funny shit show for Scarlett. Yeah. She had so many nerves. It was so cute. Her last one, she won first place in the 3D. And she won a $40 check for people that don't.
Third place in.
First place in the
junior,
3D.
Junior.
In the junior.
Yeah.
And then she won seventh place.
Yeah, the seventh in the Open.
Something like that. Either way, she won first in the and that was cool. She got a check for $40. She was super stoked. So she was practicing and dialing in on what she thought she was supposed to. Well, we get there and she got her nerves blasted through the roof. Her our mentor with horses was there with his wife because she's also a barrel racer. And Scarlett we adore him, but they've helped her so much. She wanted to impress them, and she got over the nerves of us at the first couple and practicing and stuff. And, she was so used to that. And then he was there and his wife was there and then his parents showed up. She just loves them. And it was a different arena, so that was different. And then I brought my horse, who is in training right now, and she's high energy and always on one. So Scarlett was through the roof. She did not do exceptionally well, but it was so cool because she's able to laugh at herself, and it was such a learning experience to really fine tune the issues and be dynamic, right? And even though she screwed up, there was no checks won or anything like that. Nothing to brag about, I guess, but it was so much fun. Yeah, we had such a great day. Yeah. It was fun for all of us and meeting new friends and getting out there and it was a new experience, and it was just blissful. It was so much fun. And that's what it's supposed to be about. Like, you're learning and you're doing. And we were all there together, Bodie guy and you and me and the horses, and we were missing the dogs because we didn't want them to be distracted. And they're actually in training we want our dogs to come with us because we freaking love our dogs. And once they're a little more trained to listen really well, they're not even a year old yet. So, and there's 3 of them. Yeah. So we've got some time, but they're doing so good. And the goal is to be traveling to rodeos with our dogs and each other and having some damn fun. And that's a portion of our passions.
Yeah. But they're all passions. I mean,
everything that we do.
Even if one of us, probably me, if stuck in an office all day, couldn't do it like that, because maybe you could, because there's
I'd become a stripper or a hooker before I would be stuck in an office all day. So it would definitely be you.
There are the weekend warriors. I mean, it's a saying for a reason, because there are those people out there that are weekend warriors that, pound the pavement hard 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday and have a lot of fun on Saturday and Sunday. But
Friday night. Yeah,
Friday night and Saturday.
And then they have stress
Sunday,
and anxiety on
stress and anxiety, and you're sick, and you're like, oh, I got to go back to work, and really you work 6 days a week because that Sunday you're trying to get ready for work.
I worked 9 to 5 for my own family's company. We owned offices, executive office suites, and restaurants. And so I worked in the back end of stuff and helping run the offices. So I had to be to work by 9, which I was probably never there at 9.
I don't
My
believe you
lunch, my lunch was definitely not an hour. I was
You're getting
not
paid
good.
for 40, but how much were you really working?
I was definitely not there the full. Oh my gosh, it was so difficult to do that, and I would still, even though I always got my job done, though I didn't need to be there for 40 hours to get shit done, but I remember on Sunday afternoon. I would be like, oh my God, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I would be so bummed. And the whole day, I was
Shit,
like,
it's not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you wake up Sunday
Yeah,
morning. You're like, because right, like you get home Friday night, right? I'm talking to layman. I'm not talking about us. Like go for home Friday night, couple cocktails. Maybe you go out Saturday. Probably got birthday parties and family
or you're
shit to
hungover,
do,
whatever,
or you're
whoever you
hungover
are,
from that Friday night,
whatever your life be like.
and then Sunday you're like, I got nothing done on Friday night and Saturday, so I have to cram it all into the 12 hours that I'm awake because I have to go back to work for 40 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just,
and
we
then the whole
did
week,
that.
like, it blows my mind. I couldn't figure out. I was like, when am I supposed to get shit done? Like, I got to wake up at the butt crack of dawn just to work out. And that was a priority for me. But then I got to go to work. Like, if I wanted to go to the bank and just go inside,
Yeah.
you have to do it on your fucking lunch break.
Yeah, you got to do it on your lunch break,
No.
so you got to sacrifice going and eating.
That's such bullshit.
I mean,
this system is
it's
confused.
9 to 5 sucks, right? Morning shift sucks. Swing shift is the worst.
If you're talking about like bartending or waitressing, swing shift,
I'm just talking in general. I mean, there's jobs out there that aren't
any
hospitality jobs that have, swing
I didn't
shift.
mind morning shift when I was a bartender or a waitress because you get there early as fuck, and then you're gone by 2.
Yeah.
So I'd have the rest of the afternoon, and I'm an early riser, so that was fine with me.
Yeah, but that's if your early shift is 6 a.m.
But I didn't want to be a waitress or a bartender for the rest. Well, bartending's not the worst. That's kind of well, and we're from Vegas, so it's different. But I did not want to. Personally,
people in like the Midwest don't wake up and like, I want to be a bartender. That's like, I think that's like a strictly
Vegas
thing. It's like
LA,
they
Vegas.
like make a career out of being a bartender.
For sure. Well, you work at those gaming bars and you're making. Oh, hi, bud. Here's the Loki boy. Oh, God. You got me, bud. Okay. Oh. Anyways, but typically
Hey,
that's
sit.
just not the.
Sit.
And I didn't have the patience or the personality to be a waitress for a long time.
Not even a little bit. I mean, not saying that.
I liked it. I
I'm
liked
just saying
parts of
I'm
it.
agreeing with you. Like,
When I was younger and I worked at Mr.
20s.
Didn't you work?
yeah,
I worked at Mr. Lucky's. I had fun there.
20s.
Yeah.
As soon as you turn 30, you need to grow up and get a real job.
Yeah, no, I was like 20.
Or not because this is passionate over paychecks, not a real
Yeah.
job. And by real job, I mean something you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't grind yourself. But I did have fun. I worked there till I was 24.
Oh,
and then I was done.
grinding. I hate that. Grinding and hustling.
Yeah, I know.
If you're working a 9 to
Be a
5, you're working
hustle,
40 hours
like-
a week, you're not grinding, nor are you hustling. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Whoever told you that's a liar.
Well, and hustling for a paycheck is an old mindset. Why the fuck do you want to
But you're
hustle
not
and grind?
hustling for a
But even
paycheck.
if you think you are, like those that did do that, waking up early, working all day, truly grinding, that's
Yeah.
fucking outdated. You don't have to make your life difficult and stressful and struggle to make a great paycheck. That's stupid.
don't.
If you're creative and you're working and living and breathing through your passions and allowing that to unfold, there is no grinding. You don't hustle because everything that you do, even though we work, which is why we don't get podcasts out every single week, because we work 24/7.
Yeah.
Everything that we do is when we wake up, my alarm goes off at 4:45, yours goes off at like 4:30.
5.
Oh, mine goes off at 4:45 and I
Yeah, you keep hitting snooze until after I wake up. So I wake up at 4:45 to your alarm.
Oh,
So
sorry.
if you could do me a favor and change
No, because no.
that. Well, get out of bed then.
You used to go to CrossFit at what? You woke up at
4?
4. I think that's when I said it.
Well, you could change it.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
Whatever. I'm up for 15 minutes before my alarm goes off.
So that would be 4:45.
Yeah. No, because of you.
You're welcome. I'm preparing you for takeoff.
Yeah. But that not to get off subject, but when you wake up and you go back to sleep, it's only that short period of time. Those are like the best dreams. The most happens. Sleep. Like when you're trying to squeeze that last 10 minutes.
Is that why you don't wake up to your alarm? Because mine goes off and then yours goes off and I'm like, honey, that's your alarm. And you're like, what? Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Because I fall back asleep and I fall into, I don't know what my last dream was, but it was like super deep and super real.
Is it a sex dream or something?
No. No.
Just
it's
regular.
Usually some like sci-fi dream or something. I don't know.
That's what you dream about? Fucking aliens or something?
No. I mean... Yeah, not aliens, but like we're like people, but like we have special powers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I dream about losing our dogs, and you're dreaming about special powers. That's cool.
Yeah, like you can. I mean, like control stuff with your mind.
Oh, like controlling your dream?
I can control my dreams. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm not. I think everybody does that.
I believe those are called lucid dreams.
Yeah.
Where you're able to control yourself in your dream. Because I used to. So. The way how I trained myself to do that is because I used to have these dreams where I couldn't run, and I'd have to pull on the ground and on a fence for me to run. So I trained myself to have lucid dreams so I could run.
I only had one. Well, that I remember was stuck outside of my backyard in the house I grew up in California,
and fight.
What?
I can't run and I can't fight in my dreams.
I think everybody has that.
Unless I control them.
It's like, I think everyone has that. It's like, what the fuck? My reoccurring dream was I had to kill the Joker. And it was the Joker that,
Heath Ledger?
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. I was a kid. Ledger didn't do that yet. But it was Jack Nicholson. And he would keep popping up, and I'd have to kill him, and I couldn't kill him. He would just keep coming the fuck back. And then when I'd actually kill him, then I'd wake up. I was like, what the fuck? But now I'm like obsessed with the Joker. Oh. It's like Joker issues instead of daddy issues.
Okay.
Sideways.
Back on topic. So, I mean, you don't have to, yeah. So if you tell yourself you're hustling and you're grinding and you're working for somebody else.
Your shit's broken.
Yeah, your shit's broken.
Yeah, making someone else's dream come true.
Yeah.
Well, but
you're getting paid $15 an hour to sell a product or a service that costs the company pennies to provide, and they have $1 million markup, and you're just putting money in the CEO's pocket.
My point is, even if you're working for yourself and you're saying you're hustling, like if we're doing all the shit that we're doing, we work all the time, or I don't even like to call it work. We're doing all the time. I would never consider it hustling, even if it's like, holy shit.
But anybody who does the things that we do, don't call it hustling.
No, exactly. Because it's not. Because you're living.
Yeah.
And we're living in a quality way.
Hustling is doing something you don't want to do to make ends meet.
Where's the definition that says you don't want to do it?
What?
Where's the because I think of hustler being like, or whatever. I'd have these girlfriends that would be like, I'm hustling, boss lady, hustler.
That's another one.
You know what I mean? I'm a boss. I'm a boss bitch.
That's the stupidest. I think we talked about this before in like an earlier one.
I don't know.
When it's actually gone away because like that OnlyFans during that whole 2020 and 2021 thing like fucking blew up and everybody was on that shit and they're all boss bitches and all that. Oh, like, dude, you show your butthole.
You could still be a boss hole.
No.
A butthole boss.
Like,
boss
I mean, I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying. Like, if you show your butthole and you're just collecting dollars from pervs that want to see your buttholes, you're not a boss.
Unless you market your butthole in such a way that you are the top butthole extraordinaire on OnlyFans. No, that's impressive. Because there's 100,000 buttholes and your butthole is the one everyone knows.
That
would be impressive.
If you made your own platform your own thing.
And named your butthole.
And you were getting 100% of the proceeds for your said butthole pictures. Then you could be the boss.
Then you're a boss.
No, then you're the boss. No, you're not a boss bitch. You're the boss.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you can call yourself the boss, is when you own and operate.
And they did that doing what they love.
Right.
Butthole art.
But when you work on a platform that takes a fee, that platform is your boss. So you're not a boss bitch.
Yeah. I think we can agree to disagree. Like, yeah, no, because...
Hey, if you're... I don't care. Like, if you're comfortable, that's awesome. You're courageous.
Because I know a lot of people that really love not working for themselves. They love... You know what I mean?
But
and if showing your butthole, and you don't have to...
But I'm not... Okay, but I'm not... We're arguing the same point. That's fine. Now, I'm saying... It's called an entrepreneur. Person who works really, really well inside of a... Intra.
Oh.
Somebody who works really, really good inside of a organization, right? Like, you're not. I mean, for a long time, that's what I was. Like, let it go. We've moved on.
You keep beating it.
I keep beating it like a butthole.
I'm tearing up. I couldn't stop. I'm crying. Okay.
Do you need me to pause it? You want me to cut?
I'm okay. You finish your sentence.
I was saying there are people who work very well within an organization. I'm not putting those people down. I am saying if you think you are top shit because you show your butthole on Instagram, you're stupid.
I don't think you can show your butthole on Instagram.
You can't.
You can?
You can't.
Oh, yeah.
You can't even talk about OnlyFans on Instagram anymore.
Oh. That's
but anyway.
So funny.
But anyway. And that's also stupid.
That is stupid.
That's a false hustle. It's stupid.
Wait, what's a false hustle?
Showing your butthole.
Jesus, wife. Why is it a false hustle, though?
I'm just saying hustling's stupid. The concept of it's stupid.
Yeah, okay. Because if you enjoy showing your butthole, then you're not hustling. You're enjoying living your life.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a few people out there that like have their own platforms and they're doing their thing and good for them. But you're still not a boss bitch.
No, well, it's just that's like a whole nother topic. I think we should probably address is the whole I got to be a boss bitch and be like do everything that he does. And there's, you know what I mean? Like I got to do what the man does better, when it's like there's these duo of dancers, and I can't remember. Oh gosh, it's like super like 50s or something. And she said something about why would I want to do what he can do when I can do it backwards and in heels? Because as a dance partner, you know, you guide and you're going forward, but we're doing it backwards and we're in high heels. And it was a good point. Like the man does all kinds of things, but why would a woman want to do what a man does when we can do what he can't do, and vice versa? Like we don't all have to be equal. We can be exceptional in the fucking shit that we're good at. And that also plays into passion over paycheck, because if someone does something that you love doing, you can do it just as well, and it doesn't have to be better. It's just different. It's your own thumbprint, and don't get discouraged by, you know, how many fucking podcasts are out there.
Well, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, everyone has something to offer in whatever space it is that they want to participate in. The problem is I don't know how to say this. Like kind of like the fake entrepreneurship, right? Like for, I don't know, the last 10 years, like that's been the really big thing. And it's become to the point where like people aren't entrepreneurs anymore. People are trying to sell you a program on how to
Who did you call out on Facebook, and all these people were talking shit to you because he's really a positive guy, but he was selling some program.
It was some dude selling some program for Amazon.
No, I know the guy's name. He has interviewed like Tony Robbins and stuff, but you were like Shut up.
Ooh.
Oh God, I can't think of it. I'll have to look him up later. But I remember.
Who's interviewed Tony Robbins?
Yeah. I don't even know if you knew who he was. I do because I followed a lot of Tony Robbins stuff.
Maybe I do. I think I remember.
He's a blonde guy.
But I think what happened is he was trying to sell a program that wasn't his, and he was trying to tell people how to be an entrepreneur when he himself was not an entrepreneur.
No, it's not this guy then. For sure not, because he is an entrepreneur, and that's what he talks to Tony Robbins about, and he has his own program.
Who is
It's not the same one. I will have to tell you later.
Anyway, but yes. But I did that to a lot of people. Remember when I started my marketing company?
This is when it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy I was making fun of was selling a program.
I'm telling you it's this different guy.
Okay.
Is all I'm telling you. It's not the same guy.
That's so weird. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on. You were basically saying that don't. What were you saying?
Oh, just the fake entrepreneurship out there. It's these people, they sell you basically a product, right? And the product is to sell this product to other people. It's basically a MLM of entrepreneurship. I will tell you how to be an entrepreneur, and you in turn go tell this person how to be an entrepreneur. And that's the sale. That's the thing, is that for a little bit that was like what people were doing. They weren't even, and it was just one program that like multiple people were selling, and it was the same program.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking weird.
But they were making.
But the whole point was buying into somebody else's passion.
Well, because they would sit there and say, you want to work from home? You want to blah, blah. You want to feel happy when you wake up in the morning? And it's like this big old 18 long paragraphs of spieling. And at the end of it, they're like, all you have to do is join this program, and I'm going to teach you how to live your authentic life.
Right. It's like, all you taught me was how to spend $1,200.
Yeah.
Not that I mean, and
I feel like only you know how to live your authentic life.
Well, yeah.
To the fullest, but
100%.
But
they buy in because they don't know, right? Like they don't know. They think that you have to come up with like, I don't know, something original, right? Like you don't have to come up with something with the original, and you don't have to buy into somebody else's passion unless it's your passion.
Yeah.
So like our apparel line, like how many fucking apparel companies are out there? A lot.
A bajillion.
Right?
I counted.
And we're just trying to get our 1%.
We're just want a message. We want to share.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we have to give. We have our brand represents not just a brand, but a lifestyle and a message. It's
and a mindset.
Have
and a
faith over
live.
fear, right?
Yeah.
And not just in the times that we're going through right now with this whole charade of, playing games.
I'm over all this shit anyways. It's about what we're creating for now, for our kids, for the future.
It's for everything. It's like I said, it's a lifestyle outside of all this stuff that's going on. It's a lifestyle to live by, period. If you want to buy a house, bro, you got to have faith, right? That you're able to put the things together to buy that house. If you want to buy a car, you got to have the faith, right? You want to find a wife, you want to start a family, you got to have the faith that these things will come to you and you will have the means to do them. You have to have faith. You can't be scared. You can't not say that you have no fear, because anyone who says they have no fear is a fucking liar. It is like in our DNA, and we have a response to fear. And you could have faith and overcome, or you could have
continued worry.
Yeah, continued worry and let it eat you alive.
Because fear is good when you know how to fuel it into like a frequency that motivates you and creates courage and discipline and structure to make things happen. Because we all have fears of failure or fears of I don't know, weird,
All the fears.
random stuff. But you start to realize that fear is an illusion. Even if it surfaces, it's an illusion, and then you can take it and mold it to fuel you.
Yeah.
And it truly can become your greatest fueler into faith. Fueler. Fueler.
Your greatest fuel. Fueler.
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 But that's what thing that people lack today is because we've been conditioned to not have courage and not take those leaps of faith because, right? Like
Right.
you will never achieve anything if you don't work 40 hours a week. You will never achieve anything if you don't buy into the system of the 9 to 5 and working for this and doing that and go to college and earn your fucking spend your $100,000
fucking A.
to come out for a job that you can't get because every job wants you to have 10 years experience. You come out of college, $100,000 in debt. Trust me, I know. I've applied everywhere. But
you had the
But you come out, you're in debt, right? You
Even when I was waitressing,
shitty fucking
though.
liberal arts degree.
Yeah.
And
really, I feel like school is for like doctors and attorneys.
Right,
And,
right.
But even them, that sucks. Like our, well, I don't want to put names out there, but people I know in the medical industry have said that they would have probably done something else, because they're in so much debt.
yeah,
And
law
it's
school
like-
too. I got buddies
Yeah.
in Vegas that are lawyers and friends that are nurses.
And that's not fair, man.
And doctors and fuck, man, they're 6 figures in debt.
Yeah, they're making great money and they're living in an apartment, or even if they're living well, it's like, our good friends that very successful attorney, and they are finally out of debt at 40 something years old.
Yeah, after years
20 years. Like,
of being out of school.
yeah, that's just not cool. That's
Yeah.
not how it should be.
Unless that's your passion, right? Unless you're
But
like,
no.
no, but I'm saying like
But
if that's your passion,
the system is fucked. That that you get, you can, but that's not fair. If your passion is being an attorney or a doctor, and then you have to sit there and pay for it for 20 years, that's
college
fucked up.
today is so fucking overrated. You could literally sit on the fucking computer
And learn
everything
everything
is
you need to-
digitized. You can look at lectures. You can see case law. You can learn how to be a lawyer, and many
dad
people
did that.
have. Yeah.
My dad literally taught himself. They had a law library in our house, and him and his buddy taught themselves like the fucking law to the lawiest law.
and he's used it.
And that's all they did. They worked. Him and I don't know. Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, Thunderbird.
Big Davey.
Thunderbird.
Funderburk. Yeah, he. Yeah,
He's a weird old man.
he's a good one. He's fun. Funderburk.
He's fun.
Yeah, he is, and he is like our lifelong family friend. And they used to represent people in court all the time. They were not attorneys, but they represented people in court, and they fucking would win.
Yeah.
They were doing great.
But the only thing that like you need like actual precision skills is like really to be a doctor.
Like brain surgery, you should
Right?
go. You should go to school for
Yeah,
that.
you should probably go to school for
Please
that.
do.
Please
Don't Google
do.
that shit.
But you schools that are charging $500,000 to go to school, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, that's just not how it should work.
No, not at all. But and if you don't want to be a doctor, don't be a fucking doctor.
Yeah.
There's so many other things you can do out there. If you want to help people, there's so many avenues that
Or
you can go to
if
help
you
people.
want to be a business person, don't go to business school thinking you have to.
Fuck no.
Oh my God, the things that
learned-
you won't learn.
I have a business degree. I have a degree in business with a concentration in marketing.
Learned
I-
all your business skills after school.
My fucking first job, I was like, I don't know what to do. And I started out as a marketing assistant, and that was my very first marketing job after I got my degree. And I walked in there, and I was like, all right, how do I apply accounting 1 and 2 to this job? I can't. Okay. All right. Next
Cool.
one.
So can you train me, please? Then you get trained on the job.
College algebra. How do I apply that to my job? I can't, huh? Oh, all right. All right. Quantitative analysis. I can use that, but not for this job. Shit. Okay. Fuck. I got to learn social media and Google Ads. That's why didn't I learn that in school?
Why didn't I just Google it.
I should have Googled it. Fuck. But anyway, the point of the story is don't choose something that's going to fucking ruin your life emotionally and mentally over a paycheck, because there is so
for a paycheck
many ways to make money.
Yeah. There's
just ask the toothless prostitutes on Boulder Highway.
But don't go do that. Like, come on. Let's show your butthole, but don't go do this prostituting.
There's so many ways.
Come on.
So many ways. This is the home of the brave, land of the free. We can literally do whatever we want, whenever we want, to make money.
And truly, you can, as we were joking, for doctors, don't Google it, but you can Google how to do absolutely everything out there, and then you find a mentor. Then you start
that's what
learning.
You do, is find a fucking mentor.
And that's the fucking cool thing, is doors start opening when you take the leap of faith. You have to remove some bullshit to make room for the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So once you remove the bullshit and you the good stuff is there, then doors start opening and opportunities start coming, and then it's like there's all kinds of exciting things that just show up. How many exciting things have just shown up at our doorstep?
A lot.
You know, and sometimes...
We're about to have a whole new fucking adventure.
Which one?
With Jeff and Tommy.
Oh, yeah. There's always something new. And the cool thing is being open to, you never know.
Right.
You never know. Let's fucking live and do and be and expand our thoughts and think the thoughts that align with absolute greatness and become that energy.
Yeah. And so this is where a lot of my stuff came from when I was, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, was Gary Vee. I don't really listen to everything he says because some of it's like a bunch of hype that a lot of people don't follow through on. But one of his big things is, you're awake for at least 16 hours a day, right? Most people are, because you sleep 8 hours, you're up for 16, right? Maybe you have to work 8 of those. There's a window of 8 hours in the day that you could be working on something that can get you out of that window of 8 hours where you have to sit in a fucking cubicle.
Right.
Right. And we did that. I worked in an office for 60 hours a week up until we moved out here. And we did that at least the last few months, knowing that, hey, we're going to do something else. We're over the office life. We're over the commute, the 9 to 5. We're over all of that. And we want to go do something that is going to benefit us emotionally and mentally, as well as physically, with all, the things that come along with success.
Yeah.
So, and you really have to put your mind to it. If you don't have a work ethic, just go ahead and stay in the office. Like, you're just getting by. You need to have, like we said before, plan is your parachute, right? Not every single plan is going to work, but have a plan. And dedication, courage, and discipline. If you don't have those things,
you got to readjust your sails.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you got to stay in the office. Maybe some people do.
Again, yeah, like if you are a fucking bang up support system for that office.
Because we need that. There's so many of us. Our businesses need a support system like that.
Dude, like the trash man, right? Like growing up, everyone used to put down the trash man, right? Those fucking guys make like $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like, don't put down the trash man. So don't think that just because you sit in an office, if you love being there, continue being there, but make sure it's your passion. And make yourself unfireable, unfuckwithable.
Yeah.
Right? You fucking learn every position in that office that you possibly can, and you grow.
And you get so excited going to work every day. You appreciate the weekends because you can kick your feet up, but our minds and our bodies and our creativity and our conversations never really stop talking about what can we do. No. And there's, of course, we relax and we chill. We're not like fucking robots, but it's like
she calls me a robot sometimes. So.
Yeah, he is a robot actually. Sometimes emotionally. Trying to kick you to get emotion out of you.
Does not compute.
I don't understand what you are doing.
Excuse me. What are you doing over there?
You okay? Stupid. But What was I saying? You distracted me. Whatever. I don't know. Totally spaced it. There was something else I was gonna say too. Whatever. Emotions. What was I talking about?
Oh, sometimes we're always thinking of things that we could do, and
yeah, and it's fun.
It's a constant spitball with us.
And like right now, we're going. Corey's gonna go tomorrow to talk about something that I passionately really have wanted my entire life, and it's expensive, and it's
gonna be her birthday present.
It's it's a leap of faith, and it's nerve-wracking because it's, like I said, it's expensive, and it's one of those like, oh my God, but what if? No, there are no what ifs. And you got to think, like, if you get to a certain point, there's a reason why you've gotten to a certain point. It didn't, you didn't grow out of a shitty situation. Happen. It didn't just happen. And I've looked at, I came to Corey we've been talking about it for months and months and months, but,
no, we've been talking about it since we got the girls.
Yeah, years. I've been talking about it before we got the girls, but and I guess that's the point is, there was a passion before the girls, and then the girls meaning our horses, thoroughbreds. Yeah. Then we got them, and then it started to get more dialed in, but I wasn't ready. We weren't ready. I also mentally was so focused on Scarlett, being a mom and wife and the kids, but mostly on Scarlett really getting built in with the horses. I kind of put myself to the side, like, well, I had my moments of glory, and there were all these synchronicities that were unfolding where it was like, well, why people would say it, why aren't you doing this, why aren't you doing that, and then it was, we were talking last show about when you start talking about something, things will pop up. Well, sometimes you don't talk about them, but they're so deeply embedded in you, and that they're meant for you. It is meant for you. What you are seeking is seeking you. And so all kinds of situations and scenarios were popping up that I was like, oh my gosh, like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? And then finally there was something that clicked this weekend. Subconscious, because your subconscious knows, because your higher self knows, and your subconscious and your higher self do have conversations. And when you link up with them, magic happens. And I was like, all right, we're going to link up. And I talked to Corey. He's like, let's do this. Let's rip the Band-Aid. And now the floodgates have opened for that. And now it's time to, like, breathe about it. Stop looking at your phone. 5 minutes. Now it's time to breathe about it and relax and allow. And the doors then start to open up. You have to recognize the synchronicities and the messages being brought to you. And I don't care how much it is. If it's being brought to you over and over and knocking on your door, you've got to open that door, and then you walk through. And
you got to have faith over fear, and take the risk.
I think risk is probably getting played out because
risk is a terrible word,
and it makes it sound like it's some scary bad thing. Yeah. I see no risk in many people would be like, holy shit. I see zero risk. I see nothing but, even if it didn't work out, there is zero risk in it, because if it doesn't work out, something greater will happen in its place. When you take that kind of leap, you open up your energy to something so much higher, and then you cannot go back to where you were. You open that door and you walk through. You have to fucking walk through the door.
You took the opportunity that was presented in front of you.
Yeah.
And if you walk through that door and it's not the right opportunity.
But when your heart sings to you too, when your heart beats a little faster and you feel that feeling of excitement, and you might have fear of, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work out? But there's such a beautiful excitement of, but what if it does? Holy shit, if it does, oh my gosh. And it makes you feel like you could cry. And that's when you just have to do it. You have to do it no matter what it takes. You have to move forward. You walk through that door, and then it's it's kind of up to fate to allow the doors to open and things to unfold. Yeah. And you have to allow it to be in a creative way. It might not be in your specific perfect way, but it will be in the best way, in a way usually greater than you'll end up looking back and be like, oh my gosh, I thought I wanted it like this. It ended up happening like this. And that's so much better than what I was dreaming of.
Yeah.
Like our ranch.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it's because we put our passion first.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. And that is the theme of today.
Passion over
Live your
motherfucking
passion.
paycheck.
Be happy. Let your heart sing. What?
Be happy.
Yeah. My dad used to play that song for me often. And at my graduation from hair school, he threw me a party and he made me a mixtape CD. I wasn't that old.
Dang, he made you a mixtape? That's dope.
It was a CD.
What a...
It's before MP3s, but it was really cool.
Well, you either got to say he burned me a CD or he made me a mixtape, because mixtape could be me CD too.
What?
Whatever.
He put a bunch of songs on a CD for me.
Yeah, he made you a mixtape.
And Don't Worry, Be Happy was one of them. It was cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Love you, Opa.
Yeah. Love you, Dad.
That's all I got.
Me too. I think that was good.
Right. Well,
we
until
got like
next time.
probably 30 seconds.
If you like it, pass it forward. Pay it forward.
Pass it forward.
Pass it forward.
Pass it on.
Pay it forward. And that's it. Find us on Instagram. Give us some likes. Want some gear? We got gear. faithoverfeararmy.com. Until next time.